Hi guys, and welcome back. So we've had a nightmare couple of days. So it's the original plan with the unit. The original plan was to basically have the unit, the electrics inside there, and a large clarifier, basically to provide hot water. All that's changed. We did have lead acid battery, all that changed. So we changed, first thing was there's no space underneath the Vauxhall Vivaro. So to try and get a water tanks, to try and get an LPG tank underneath one of these, it's a nightmare. So I then decided to go for a gas locker. So we decided that I'd put a gas locker in, which then meant we had to cut an opening in the unit, which isn't a problem. That's not an issue. We had the room. We've got enough room for it to fit in the space where it needs to be. I've just basically bolted that down. I've just cut the drop vent. So I've drilled through. It's a case of putting the drop vent in now. Drop vent can go in there. Battery. So we switched from lead acid to lithium. So we've got lithium battery. So that's bolted down. That's secure. So what I've done is the unit, I've literally moved the unit round, put everything in, so the unit will slide around the gas locker, which isn't an issue. The battery is inside the cupboard, which has a lift up lid to access the battery, so that's not an issue. What I need to do now is these are all the wires which need to come through. So the panel which we've got that goes on there has got the cutouts for it, so I need to get that, put the cutouts where they need to be, and then bring the water pipe in. That's the main feed for shore power hookup. So yeah, it's a case of just move the unit out the way, secure this panel back. Just got to put a bit of insulation in, but it's like secure this panel back and then bring all the pipes through, bring everything through, and let's say this is bolted, put the drop vent, fix the drop vent into there, screw that down, and then that's it. It's a case of putting a bit of 8mm pipe on there and 8mm pipe from that running that way. So yeah, it's just everything's changed. So with everything changing, the layout of the van's got to change as well. So what I'll do is I'll move the unit out the way and I'll start putting this lot back on, and then show you once everything is back in place and what the next stage is then. Oh, hi guys. So all bolted in. So gas locker is now bolted in, and the drop vent is drilled and through the floor. Battery all fixed in and down, and I've pulled all the cables through and the water pipe which is going into the unit. So this is all fixed back on, so that's all fixed. Insulation behind there, and that's fixed, so that's all good to go. It seems to be a little bit of 2 steps forward, 3 steps back at the moment, because we did, so I don't know if you remember, so basically I did a picture of the old electric, well, basically my new electric board, and what I was going to do is basically it's down to cost as everything, isn't it? So you basically decide on what you're doing, So I just had one of the guys making me laugh from over the road. So yeah, basically you have an idea of what you want, don't you, and how you're going to do stuff, and then best laid plans go tits up, don't they? It's mostly down to money. So the thing is, I went for lead acid. So well, it's basically, you know, an AGM battery. That's what I was using. I've got a brand new AGM battery out there. That's what I was looking at. So the original plan was to go with AGM just because lithium cost was through the roof. So basically 400 quid, 500 quid for 100 amp hour lithium battery. That's money that I can spend on other things. And the same with the electrics. I then went a bit bonkers. I do love Vitron. I love Vitron for like the marine side, and I love Vitron for the campervan side. But it's one of them, and it's like, it's a small van. This is the thing. I don't know what van to build next, but this is a small van, and it's hard to try and fit everything in that you want into a small van. So I've done my bud, just bear with me. So this is the electric setup for a small van. Well, this is my electric setup for a small van. Massively overkill, but yeah, it's like DC to DC. We've got MTT solar. We've got Vivaro GX, just so I can have a look on my phone. Because we've got tank sensors. We've got tank sensors going underneath. We've got gas tank sensor. So the good thing is, I don't want to be on my back. It's a very low van anyway, but I don't want to be on my back trying to find out how much water we've got, how much wastewater's in the tank. So Turbo GX tells you all that. Shunt and inverter. This is where things went a bit wayward, because with being new, I'm not an electrician or a plumber. So basically you look at stuff and you go, that's what I want in the van. And then you look at the cost of things and you go, do we need that in the van? We have got 200, I think it's 200, I'm not sure if it's 200 or 230 solar panel on the roof. We've now changed, I'll tell you about the hot water soap in a minute, but we have changed certain things. So we've got alternator charge, solar charge, and we've now switched to lithium just because the cost of lithium came down so much, and I can use 80 to 90% discharge on that compared to 50% on my AGM. It charges quicker, and yeah, it just makes sense. It saves weight. So when I originally started doing this panel, it was cost again, and I had a different unit which I was using for control panel and fuses, and then it was only when I came to this unit and the guys at the camper place next door. So basically one of the lads there, Dan, he's the one who's helped me mostly with the campervan builds. He's the one who shows me what to do or tells me what to do. If I get stuck, he's my go-to person. So when he saw this, and then I was using this separate unit, he said, you don't need it. With having this, what you need to do is change that for a inverter charger. And that was the thing. The reason I didn't use an inverter charger to start off with was cost. But with using the inverter, so basically switching now to the inverter charger, which is what we're doing. So that then, everything needs to be accessible, doesn't it? If a fuse goes, you need to get to it. And so because we've got hookup, we need 240 for that to go to. So yeah, it's, like I say, everything is here, but what we've been waiting for is a new parcel. Just bear with me one sec. A multi-plus. So in swapping out the inverter we've got for a multi-plus, that basically then takes care of the battery charge inside of it. So we then go from having DC to DC solar charge, and we've now got battery charge which comes through this. So it just means that little unit down there, which I spent all the time planning everything out and making sure everything fitted, I've now got to change. So that's only turned up this morning. So the reason this is a bit behind schedule is because we were waiting on that. I've now got to alter that, swap out the inverter for the inverter charger, and then hopefully we can start pushing forward. So it's getting there. It's just, I cannot believe you do something and you think, yeah, that's it, it's great, and then all of a sudden it's literally a case of you have to take this out, you have to take the unit back out. The unit was in, fitted. Once the floor got put down, I put the unit in, fitted it, and then we had to take the unit out because we had to put a gas locker in. Then we had to take the unit, we had to sort the unit out to make sure we could get the battery tray in, fix the battery tray, and then, like I say, you've got to put the gas locker in, make sure there's nothing running underneath it, which I'm literally about 20 mil off the chassis rail. So it's worked out absolutely perfect. Where it is, it's just worked out that I had some tape on the floor before. I don't know if you've seen it coming up from outside, and that was basically where the chassis rail runs down the side of the van, just to make sure that my dropout is not in the chassis rail. So, but yeah, it's a case of putting stuff in, and then the problem was, because this was going to be put in, because this was going to be slid in to the unit, once I've put this in, once this fitting is on, so that then connects up in there, and that's bolted in, and then that I couldn't slide that into the unit with that fitting on. So then it's a case of like, well, we have to take all that apart, but then if I slide it in, I then can't get this fitting on because of where that is inside that unit. So it's a nightmare. It is. It's like, it's the worst thing in the world. Working on camper vans and working on boats is like the worst thing. I think boats are worse than camper vans. But yeah. So that's why this is fixed in. This is fixed in. Everything's here, and then we can bring that unit back and slide it in. Fixing at the top, I've got fixings down here at the bottom which it will locate into. Fixing it at the top, fixing it back there isn't a problem. So, but it's like I say, it's one thing. You have to, it's getting used to that, what stage you do things, and I'm not used to that. I'm not. This is, like I say, this is it. This is the learning curve. This is the one that we experiment on. So at the moment it is learn by my mistakes. Try something, realize that don't work, try something else. So, but now this guy, now this new blue box has turned up, then we can swap that over and we can look at putting that in. Tomorrow I've got a I'm not here tomorrow, so we're losing a day tomorrow, but it's good. Like I say, I've managed to trim all this. Just let me move you up a minute. So all down here is trim. All across here now is trim. That wasn't the reason that wasn't finished off is because we needed to get the solar cables in. So we needed to get the solar and everything else. There is a panel now. I've got to trim this front edge, but that's it then. There is a panel which goes all the way across here. That's speaker wire, so I've got 2 speakers in that bit. So yeah, it's once that bit's trimmed, I can then put the bedboards back in. There's nothing up there. that's it. It was literally a case of this was all open, this was open because that's where I've been fishing my main wires through, so I had to leave that open. That's done. So if I grab you a sec, and so if you look there on the doorpost, you can see a light switch, and we've got the lights in. So we've started putting the lights in on that side. They're all in and working. So I've done the lights on this side, which are hidden by the unit at the moment. But yeah, that is literally a case of like when you open the sliding door, light switch is there. See, it's literally just light switch, and we've got the lights running along here. So I've got lights down lights on this side, got 2 down lights on that side. I am having more like subtle lighting. I'm thinking I've kept the existing light at the back. It's not the nicest thing, but when you open the back doors, at least it gives you some light. And what I'm going to do in this area, I'm not sure whether I'm going to put a light in the step or a light underneath the front of the unit, so when you open the door, that comes on with them ones. So yeah, it's getting there. I'm happy. I'm happy. So I'm happy with the way it's going. So I will pause you for now. I'll get that unit in place. I'll probably show you, I'll probably let you see me struggle, so because it will be a tight fit. I haven't even tried it, so I'll tell you what we'll do. I haven't tried it, so we'll try it on camera, and if it works, it's great. If it don't work, then yeah, you've got something to laugh at. All right guys, I'll be back shortly. Hi guys. So it's been hard to film quite a lot of it. Like I say, I've had you set up just watching what I was doing. So what I've got in, so the main unit that you saw me put in, that's in and fixed. So what we've done, we've got a cupboard which when the rib seat goes in, most of that cupboard's obscure. So what I've done is obstructed. So what I've done is I've put the water pump expansion, things like that, water filler, everything. That's just going to be, it's going to be one of them cupboards, you know, like if you've got your hookup lead and stuff like that. Anything, no, you like water filler, hose, hookup fee, you can put it in there. It's out the way. It's one of them. It's a cupboard that it's got space to put stuff in that you don't need to get to every day. So what I've done is I've put the gas in. So I've put the gas line through. I'll turn you around in a minute, but water is in. I've just got to, I haven't got a tap for the sink yet. So I've got my blue pipe just hanging down here. But yeah, this cupboard that you saw me working on, that's going to be basically water pump and any, like I say, hoses for connecting up and shore power, hookup cable. So electrics are connected in apart from 240 socket, which I haven't finished doing the units yet. Once I've finished doing the units, the 240 sockets can go in there. I'm just looking as I'm going. So all it is, I'll just bring you down there in a minute. I'll spin you around and I'll show you what we've done and where we're at. This is basically, apart from one connection onto the cooker, the gas line is through, one connection onto the cooker. I have got a pipe made up which connects to the gas line and drops down under the floor for gas barbecue. I have got an outlet for cold water, same again, to drop down under the floor. That is now for the Julka shower, outdoor shower. So the only thing I've got to do in this cupboard is connect the live and feed for the pump. So I've got to connect them up. That's it really. That's it in that bit. This main, what I'm calling like as the main cupboard, I need to connect cold water to the tap, which I haven't got, and yeah, just put the connector on for the gas. But because I've been taking the unit in and out, I've not done that bit yet. So I will drop you down and just show you. Like I say, it's not a great deal to see, but I'll drop you down and let you see it. So as you can see, like I say, I've got a filler coming in and cold feed. So the cold filler coming in, and then I've got a flexi going under the floor, which is from the tank to the pump. Then we go through the expansion. This bit here isn't connected down yet, so I haven't got any brackets on that bit yet. So yeah, that's the pump. So water pump, which needs wiring in now. The gas line runs along the back and then comes into this bit. This cupboard here is a lot more accessible, so that's why we've got the isolators here. So that one is for the cooker, which I've just wrapped in conduit just to protect it. So that one is for the cooker. This one is going to be for the outdoor barbecue. So that one is the one that I've got the pipe made up. It just needs connecting through. And then basically, that's like them cables at the back. So this cold water pipe, this one is alternator charge. So that one there is basically for alternator. So alternator charge, that's tank sender unit, which needs to drop down under the floor. Then we've got control wire for diesel heater and fridge. So yeah, I just wanted to basically show you where we're up to, and that's it really. So that's pretty much the second fix. Let me so this is the cupboard. So we've got some flashing lights, so we've got solar, and so yeah, this solar's all connected up and working. That's wire I've just showed you down there, which needs going. We've got the shunt working, Servo GX. That's my tank sender wire, so that needs to go to the Servo GX for water tank. So yeah, that's pretty much like the back. I have got the door which fits on here, so, and there's a void behind this, so there is an air void behind it. It's open at the back and it's open at the top, so if people are worried about heat, no, there shouldn't be any heat. So so yeah, I just basically wanted to say what we've been up to. So it's hard, like I say, it was hard to do most of that. It's hard to film most of that because you're working in such a tight space. This electrics was a nightmare. Like I say, to try and film and work on this was no chance. No way we could have done that. So yeah, we've just had to get on with it because that's been out, it's been in, it's been out, been in so many times. This unit's been in and out so many times. Gas locker is down there, all the pipes connected up to that. So yeah, I'll wrap this up for now, and basically, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much the second fix of everything. Second fix of the water tank is underneath. So second fix of the water, second fix electrics, and the gas. So yeah, we're getting there slowly. So thanks very much for watching, and if you subscribed, thank you. It really does mean it. I get notifications sometimes and then I don't get notifications, and I love it when it says such a person has subscribed. So yeah, thanks very much for that. And I will end this now, and I think the next one, I'm not sure, because we've done the rib bed is here, so this is the back of the rib, and we managed to get the swivel in. So don't know what the next video is. It's been a bit jumpy, so I've been basically jumping about, filming one thing, filming something else, because while I'm waiting on stuff to turn up. So it's just a case of editing now. But thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will hopefully be back very soon.